Good morning and welcome back to Mike C. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the entry-level Toyota Tacoma SR model. At under $25,000, this is the cheapest new Tacoma that you can buy underneath the SR5, TRD, Limited, and Pro models of the Tacoma. Now, if you've been on my channel before, you'll know that I've been a little bit critical of the SR model. I'll explain that a little bit as we go through the video, but the reality is that the SR model is definitely a great option to consider if you're looking at getting into a small pickup at the cheapest price possible. For comparison, a fully loaded TRD model is going to be sitting close to $40,000 in price. At under $25,000, that's a $15,000 savings, and for that reason, the SR model really is a great option to consider if you're looking at getting into a Tacoma for the cheapest price possible. So this is a true base model of the Tacoma SR model. As you can see, it's got a black bumper on the front, and that's the thing I've been most critical about on the SR. However, you can get it without that black bumper as you bump up in options. This one's sitting at a starting price of about $24,800. So that gets you under that $25,000 mark. With that, what you're going to get, it's got two-wheel drive. It's got a 4-cylinder engine. It's a 2.7 liter 4-cylinder with 159 horsepower. That's compared to the 3.5 liter V6, which has 278 horsepower. With that, you're going to get a little better gas mileage. This sits at 20 miles per gallon in the city and 23 on the highway, compared to 19 in the city and 24 on the highway with the 6-cylinder. So your average is a little better. Ironically, the highway miles per gallon is a little lower. Towing capacity is also slightly less. This has a towing capacity of 3,500 pounds compared to 6,400 pounds on the V6. Now this is a base model of the SR. You can bump up to a double cab for about $1,000 more. And then it's also available with a 6-cylinder and 4x4. But once you start adding those options, you're going to get a lot closer in price to an SR5 model. Effectively, it basically becomes an SR5 model, if you think about it. One of the other things I've been critical about is the SR model comes with these steel wheels. But the reality is, if you want to upgrade those, you can get on a site like Craigslist and get a set of, say, TRD wheels for about $400 pretty easily, and really enhance that look. You're also not going to get the fog lights. So you can see here we've got a Limited model with the fog lights and a TRD off-road model. No fog lights on the SR. The grille, though, kind of matches the Limited model in the SR5. So you can see you got kind of the chrome look on the Limited model. Same profile on the SR, it just comes in black. Now the SR model also comes with the option of tow package and the automatic transmission fluid, oil cooler, and electrical hookups. Standard options include 2-speed wipers, and then compared to the other Tacoma models, it's got a urethane steering wheel on the inside, so it's not quite as nice as the leather wrap steering wheels you get in the other models, and it's got a smaller 2.2-inch LCD screen compared to the 4.2 color in other models. It's also got a manual dimming mirror instead of the automatic dimming that you get in the other Tacoma models. Now that was the base model of the SR. Over here we've got a couple others that are a little bit more expensive and add a few options, but still get you in at a really competitive price point. So this gray one here has got 4-wheel drive and it sits at $29,000. You can see that you get rid of that black bumper on the front, and so it really enhances the look of the truck. If you wanted to throw a nice set of wheels on here, people would mistake it as a SR5 or TRD model pretty easily. You don't get tinted windows either, you can see that. To me, that's something I would need to add if it were mine. I think that really enhances the look of the vehicle. Get the painted rear bumper, just like you do on a sport model. So, it really looks pretty good. This white one is also an SR model, coming in at about just over $26,000. But this is 2-wheel drive. So it's right there, $26,653. So again, pretty competitive on a price standpoint, and you get a white bumper on the front, which again, to me, that's a must-have. I couldn't do with the black bumper. Although I'd be curious if you took it to a body shop, they could probably paint that pretty cheap on the other model if you're really trying to get in to a Tacoma for the absolute cheapest price possible. Now, color options on the SR model are more limited. Interestingly enough, on their website, it says that the SR model is only available in red, black, silver, and white. Well, obviously we've got a gray one here, so their color options are a little more diverse than what I had anticipated. The SR model selection, at least at my dealerships, is a lot more limited. It's hard to find an SR model in as many configurations. Most of the SRs are truly that base model where you're just getting an access cab, and most of the ones I've seen have been two-wheel drive. This actually might be the first four-wheel drive that I've seen on the lot. A lot harder to find them in the double cab. I think, like I said, that price point gets a lot closer to an SR5 as you add those options, and so I think a lot of people make that jump up to the SR5 model. And for me personally, as I've mentioned on the channel, I think that the TRD off-road is the best value, but again, you're jumping in price quite a bit as you get to that point. But you can get a double cab, short bed TRD Sporter off-road for about $35,000, which when you compare that to the gray one sitting at $29,000 for just an access cab, it's not bad. Like I said, it's about $1,000 more to go with the double cab, and so that's gonna, I guess 29 is actually more like 30, so that'd bump you to 31. So you're talking about a difference of maybe $4,000 to jump up to just a base model TRD double cab. So anyway, definitely an option to consider. So that's an overview of the Tacoma SR model. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. For more videos on the third generation Tacoma, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.